This is Kinematics Step Up, question 1. So part A, what you do is first you have to find your givens. And it's helpful to write it out because it's easier to figure out which equation you need to use and what you plug in where. So the first thing it tells you is that it starts out at rest, which means your initial velocity equals 0. And that's important to write down because it'll come in handy later. And it also tells you have time, you have a final distance or final position, whatever floats your boat, and you are looking for acceleration. So from here, you can figure out which equation you need to use out of the big three. So looking at the first one, that one can't work because you're given in final position and you need to use that in your equation. So you also cannot use the second one because you are also given a time, and time is not used in the second equation, which leaves the third one, which is lovingly called the Big Ugly, and is final position equals initial position plus initial velocities times time plus 2 times acceleration times time squared. And remember, the t is only squared. So what you can do now is you can cross out things that you don't need to find. You know, because the initial velocity is 0, you don't have to find this part of the equation. And because the initial position was not given to you, you are allowed to assume that it starts at 0 unless it says otherwise, so you can cross that out, which leaves you with 2 times acceleration times squared. So what you can do now is, after I make it nice and neat so we can read it better, you can divide by times squared, and you can't divide by the 2. So you can either times it by 2, or what I do is I put a 0.5 at the bottom because that's half. And what you can do now is, so you times it by 2 and you divide it by t squared. So your answer is 2x final distance over times squared equals acceleration. And that's all you have to do for part A. You don't have to worry about putting in numbers because it just wants the equation. And for part B, I know different colors are better. What it says is that if given the same acceleration, how much further will the car travel if time doubles? So that means you have 2 times squared. So if you square the 2, that means the acceleration is 4 times faster. Then for C, I don't know my alphabet. It has the same thing for triple. So if it was 3 times squared and you were to square the 3, it would equal 9 times it would be 9 times faster. And that's really all you have to do for problem 1 on the Kinematics Step Up worksheet. Hope you learned something. Thanks very much.